Welcome to your practice. Just find your space, settle in quietly, arrive. Just taking time. I love coming back into my ritual every morning, which really has become like an honoring of my journey, of my purpose, and of my commitment as a student. I continue to invite you into this space of awakened leadership as my fellow students. It is the mindset that helps me show up for this journey, this human expedition. So whenever you tune in, just leave a little message. It's beautiful when we journey together. And I'm inviting you into this sacred space, into my practice. And I'm grateful that you are inviting me into yours. It's very special. Actually, it's very special when we realize that we're not alone on this journey. When we reach out our hands and say, let's walk together. Because this journey is it can be quite a bumpy ride. So sometimes we suffer and we persevere on our own. I'm one of those. I've done that for many years. And I realized that's actually not true. I don't have to do that. I can open my heart. I can take down those walls I've built. And I can allow myself to stand a little bit more naked. And meet others in their nakedness. So today I'm thinking about leadership because that's one of our big focuses. That we're tuning into this 4th week of our boot camp of reclaiming your power. And I was reading a quote this morning by Khalil. He's one of my favorite poets. I have a few favorite poets, and he's definitely one of them. And it's a lovely space to start the day with, just to reflect, make sure I start my day really focused on what I want to do today, that I've aligned my energy, because it's really easy to be distracted on the journey. And this morning, Khalil, the quote that really stuck with me is, "Ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation." So let me read that again. Ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. It's also giving meaning to the human journey, to when we lose ourselves a bit, when we get lost in what I call the land of separateness. That also that has its meaning. When we forget who we are and why we're here, we begin to subscribe to more limited ways of thinking and being. We think less of ourselves and of others. Yeah, and that becomes our prompting. We guide ourselves by that. But we have forgotten. And the task is to start remembering, to get back into a higher frequency, to look for the bigger picture, to remember the bigger picture. So when you think about your North Stars, your guiding principles, and you think about the dark and the light in those spectrums, that when we have lost ourselves a little bit there, we have deepened our understanding of each one of them. We've come to value them even more and more deeply, and we can live so much more into them. So when I think of the part of me that wants to control, that can have quite strong judgment, and that keeps me in my comfort zones, that prevents me from venturing out. At the moment I bow to the journey and I become the student, then I realize, well, actually I don't know. And I begin to enroll myself and understand the importance of humility. That journey becomes so much richer because I know all sides. I've visited all sides. I understand the stuckness. And that's certainly what we are doing on this journey of the responsible individual. We're awakening to the journey. We want to see it all, and we want to be able to move across the full spectrum, not to be limited and prompted by just the human. We want to remember essence. Be guided by our heart, be guided by love. To come home and to meet each other there. And mostly we meet each other in our lostness, right? So we're actually, as Ramdas said, just walking each other home. Another beautiful quote and reminder. There's so much inspiration. And once we really touch the depths of our being and we remember, because it's there. It's all there. And that's what our practice is about. This daily ritual to pause, to lift the fog that we've created, the fog of the human experience, our forgetfulness. We want to sink deeply into the seat of our true power. We want to remember. We're lifting the veil, seeing more clearly, and tapping into this beautiful resourcefulness, our inner reservoir. That's why I commit to it every day, why I come back to it every day. This is my inner compass. My values are my North Stars, my guiding principles. And I always aim to come from the leader within. So in order to make sure that I make the best choice in every moment, I pause. Because it could be one of those behaviors sneaking in and wanting to take the spotlight. And so I want to pause to make sure I do stand in the leader. That is what guides me. And the leader takes values to gym, keeps refining, fine-tuning. Because there's an honoring of this journey, the land of separateness. We do live this life. We are still students, we're still learning. And so we got to honor that and hold both. Being human, being essence. So welcome. Welcome to the practice, pausing, breathing. Make sure you're seated comfortably.